Okay. Hi, team. This is Bernadette here at the Daily Positive. I am going live on 3 platforms at one time on 3 different devices with 3 internet connections. So I'm going to look at all the different cameras and hope that this works. Okay. I am here because we are in great times of uncertainty. There are a lot of people in my community that I deeply care about and love who are experiencing challenges right now. So this is the time to show up for each other, right? This is an impromptu live to help you. Now, I'm possibly not going to be able to juggle comments across 3 social media platforms of things that I've got propped up, but you're welcome. I'm so pleased to be here. I've got big love for you. I hope I've caught our European people in our community before they hit the hay tonight and go to bed. So I know it's in the evening for my lovelies in the States and Canada. And down here in New Zealand, where I happen to be at the moment, I have travelled around the world and lived around the world, but I'm in New Zealand at the moment. So I am here in my home country, close to my family, which I'm extremely grateful for. Now, I am going to try and go live like this often at the moment. I'm going to try and set this up so that I can pop myself into your space while you are experiencing this uncertainty to provide you with practical tips. Okay, I want you to be enabled and supported through this time. So I'm going to give you 3 things today that I hope are going to help you. Now, for those of you who don't know me well or maybe haven't joined me for a live before, I have tools for you that are a really solid mix of psychology, practicality, personal development, and deep faith and spirituality. So my background is in corporate business. I've done peak performance coaching. I'm a transformational life coach, and I have a very deep spiritual faith base that underpins all of that. So if you are checking in today and you are like, I'm not really into spirituality and faith and I'm all about psychology, I gotcha. And if you're I'm all about spirituality and faith and my religion, I gotcha, okay? So you can use this in whatever way works for you. So let's quickly talk about the scenario that we find ourselves in. Some of you are not in lockdown and some of you are. So people are experiencing different levels of affectedness right now. But here's one thing that everybody knows. The situation around us in the world and in our society is unstable, okay? And when things are unstable around you, it is critical for your mental health and your own well-being, including your physical well-being, that you find stability inside of yourself. So I'm all about showing up to help you get that stability inside of yourself so that you can learn how to take care of your mindset, learn how to process your emotions in really simple ways, okay? Now, some of you have been tuning in because we've got Master Your Mind coming up. This is not what this live stream is about. Yes, we have that program starting next week. Yes, it is going ahead. We're not changing anything. Everyone who's registered, we're going ahead as normal. You want to get involved, you can absolutely get involved. That said, I will support everyone in this community, no matter whether you are getting involved in that or not. If you need free resources, if you need personalized advice, you know where to find me. I'm on all my social platforms every single day. You can email me, support@thedailypositive.com. Here is the challenge that we face at the moment. Obviously, we're in a time of instability and uncertainty. That's number one. And as human beings, we hinge our ability to function without even realizing it on certainty. You know what's coming tomorrow. You know where you're going next week. You know where your income's coming from. You know what your plans are, right? And so certainty provides us the ability to function. And when someone rips the certainty from you, it can be really challenging to know what to do because you're just left in a void of nothing. And if you're left in a void of nothing, your mind can go all sorts of places that don't work for you, okay? So what happens is your routine's disrupted. Maybe your plans have changed. You can't travel. You can't go out to events. You know what a big one is? You can't get to the gymnasium. You can't get to your fitness classes. You can't get to your social things. And a lot of people's personal peace and happiness and well-being comes from things like this, social interaction. So if you're in a situation where you can't get that, you've got to get online and you've got to get connected to community and you've got to find a way to get that social interaction for yourself in a safe way so that you can continue to feed that need that you have as a core part of who you are, right? And things like fitness, you've got to get creative. We've got to get innovative in these times, right? I used to live in Spain and all my beautiful friends over there are in lockdown, and my CrossFit coach over there is running online CrossFit classes. Everyone's at home and they're just following along on Facebook. We've got to get creative. We've got to get innovative about ways to look after our well-being, our mind, body, and soul. So I hear where you're at, and what I want is that people that are following the Daily Positive and have been in my community for many years, you know that you're a person of consciousness. Because if you weren't a person who was consciously awake, you wouldn't even be wanting to follow the Daily Positive. And so what's really important is to know that you have an ability to take care of yourself, but you actually have an ability to start being of service to other people, which all this means is you don't have to worry about what am I meant to do with that. You just show up and demonstrate what it's like to practice peace and presence. And as you do that, your energy will help people in your family at home, people you're interacting with at work, even if you're going to work or you're doing it online, whatever you're doing. You have an ability to hold some peace in a time where fear and panic and worry and uncertainty is the predominant vibration. And so I'm going to give you some tools to help you with that. Now, first thing is this. If you're going to follow the news, good, because you want to be informed. We have to be responsible participants in society. But when you get to the point where all it's doing is feeding your fear and you're scrolling through and you're getting more anxious and more anxious as you read more and more and more, you've got to know when enough is enough, okay? And you can be informed. And then what you want to do is go and fill your mind with messages that are going to support you, okay? Do guided meditations. Listen to affirmation audios. Fill your mind with messages, not that are going to try and override the facts of the situation. We all know what's going on. We're all realistic people. We're not trying to deny the facts. What we're trying to say is, how can I stay a little sane? How can I find a little slice of peace and presence? What you've got to do is you've got to fill your mind with messages that will support and empower you to be calm during this time, because fear and panic will get us nowhere, right? Fear and panic will get us nowhere. Often when I wake in the morning, I receive messages. When I woke up this morning, the message was really clear, and it was this: in times when fear is prominently present, make sure to keep your mind and heart open to love. Now, if you're a person of faith, spirituality, you believe in consciousness and something bigger than ourselves, it is ready to download love into your mind right now, today. It is ready to download love into the cells of your bodies and boost your bodies, boost your heart, boost your mind, boost your soul. But you have to allow it in, which means take a moment amidst all this chaos. Take a moment, be still, close your eyes, invite that energy in. You know, I have to do that as well. I have to do that as much as anybody else. We have to practice what we preach. And so you want to sit, you want to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and you want to just say something like, okay, amid this fear and amid all this panic that's going on in the world, higher power, God, consciousness, creator, energy, life, universe, whatever it is, even if you don't believe any of those things, just say, hey, life, I don't want to be drowning in the fear energy. I want to find peace and calm to be effective during this time for myself, my family, and everyone around me. Please download to me the highest vibration of loving energy right now, and then sit and let yourself be loved. Sit and let that energy do its work on you, okay? That's one tip about what you can do at this time. The second one was obviously listen to guided meditations and affirmations. You're going to find truckloads of them on my YouTube channel. So I'll point at this camera on YouTube, go to the playlist, get the guided meditations, get the affirmation audios, stream them. There's so many there. They'll keep you occupied and you won't get bored of listening to the same one. If you're on Instagram with me and you don't know, we have a huge volume of resources on YouTube, over 500 videos, loads of meditations, loads of affirmations. You can jump in there and have a look. And my Facebook lovelies, you'll find those on my YouTube channel as well, or you can head to thedailypositive.com, and on the menu, there's free resources, there's articles, there's everything you need to keep you sane, stable, supported at this time. I'm going to give you now 3 mantras, 3 prayers, 3 kind of spiritual rituals that I use. If one of them resonates with you, you can go ahead and utilize it. You can ask me any questions if you've got any, and I'll do my best to reply to them. So the first one is the Serenity prayer. Now, I am spiritual versus religious. This is obviously more religiously worded. It works for us. It doesn't matter what. We're all pointing to the same thing, which is one loving consciousness. Okay, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Grant me the courage to change the things I can, and grant me the wisdom to know the difference. You know what this tells us at this time? There's a whole lot of things we can't control, and we have to go into acceptance. The longer we spend in resistance, the longer we spend in it shouldn't be this way, this shouldn't be happening, and we feed on the fear, the more we set ourselves up for instability within ourselves. And we've got instability around us, so we need to create the stability inside. So it's so important to say, okay, I have to accept the things that I can't change, number one. And if you're struggling with that, surrender it up. Dear universe, life, anything out there that's listening to me, God, creator, universe, please help me to accept what I cannot change because I'm struggling right now. And then when you realize I can't change any of that, mobilize yourself to do what you can, right? Courage to change the things you can. Courage to figure out how to homeschool your children when you can't get your kids to school. Courage to figure out how to do your work remotely. Courage to, for all the business owners around the world, how to get your business and run it when you can't get to your business and you're online and that's all you've got right now, okay? Courage to stand up and say, I've got to be innovative and creative. And then what was the last thing in the Serenity prayer is wisdom to know the difference, right? When you're struggling with something, you've got to start thinking, is this something that I can really control and change? Ask yourself that question every day. Challenge yourself. Is this something I can really control or change? If I can't, stop investing my attention and energy in it and start focusing on what I can. Stop absorbing too much media and getting fearful and start giving your time to your kids, to your partner, reaching out to your friends and family, getting on your social media network, spreading messages to support peace in the community. I can only reach so many people. You can reach all your community. Together we can, as a humanity, pull together and focus in a way that's going to support us to get through. In times like this, it's not like we're trying to reach for happiness and positivity. We can't be positive about something like this. That's not what this is about. It's about being empowered. It's about rising up and saying, I need to find peace and stability during this time, okay? Second one, the first one was Serenity Prayer. Second one, I've been spending time doing this, and I shared this with our Evolve HQ members on an email over the weekend, and I'm going to share it with everyone now. This is what I've been spending time doing. Sitting and saying, okay, out there, universe, God, creator, divinity, whatever it is you want to call it, I'm going to use my loving consciousness and I'm going to focus it on calling forth and invoking miracles and calling forth and invoking solutions and loving consciousness to support solutions coming to the minds of people in authority and leadership who have the power to do something right now. People who are in authority and leadership need our attention and love and support on them. They are in a really tough position. We're in a tough position, but they are the ones that are leading us. And so may solutions come upon their minds, creative, innovative, forward-thinking, miraculous solutions come upon their minds that in those positions of power, they can lead us through this. To all the people who are deep in fear and anxiety right now and are struggling because of the impact on their bodies, on their finances, on their families, on anything in their life, who are deep in that darkness, may peace and comfort be wrapped around them at this time, whether that comes through the right message arriving in their inbox at the right time, the right message popping up on their social media, whether someone they know says something to them, whether it's just a sense of energy comes upon them to bring them peace, may peace and comfort come upon them. For any person who is unwell, may peaceful, loving, healing energy come upon them, and may their bodies be activated for strong health and well-being and recovery. You know, when you can't do a lot of other things, these are the types of things that we can do. And lastly, I'm going to tell you about one of the rituals that I've done every single day. I've done it for years and years and years. And it's in my morning ritual audio, which is free on YouTube. You can go and stream. It comes from A Course in Miracles. So the first part of this is directly from A Course in Miracles, and the second part of it is just my little bit I added on. And all I do is I get up in the morning, and I encourage you, if this resonates, that you can do the same thing. I get up in the morning and I say to universe, creator, I basically say, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? Please use me as a channel for love and as an instrument of peace in the world today, that I may be, do, and speak as love would have me. And if we did nothing else than make ourselves available as a channel for love and an instrument of peace in a time when we can't do anything else, we can't do anything else, right? Then that's something really, really powerful that we can do. So I'm going to continue to show up for you and help And if you need anything, you can reach out to me. I hope these tips have been useful for you. We've talked about making sure that you aren't absorbing too much fearful messaging, making sure that you utilize things like guided meditations and affirmations before you embark upon your day. We've talked about using prayer and rituals to help you. I've given you 3 that you can utilize if they resonate. 2 final tips. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Be still, close your eyes, relax your belly and breathe slowly and deeply into the count of 3, out to the count of 4. Deep diaphragmatic breathing has been proven to provide a very calming response to your brain and your body, okay, when you're in fear and panic anxiety. Second thing, if you don't know about EFT tapping, get with the program with us. It is amazing. If you need resources on that, you can reach out to me. We've got a free article about it. Tapping is extremely powerful for reducing, releasing fear, anxiety, stress, providing calm and peace in the most trying of times. So those are other tools that you can utilize, okay? You can always reach me. Leave a comment on my social media. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll reply to you personally. You can email me, support@thedailypositive.com. If you're joining me for Master Your Mind, awesome. I'll see you there. If you're not, if it's not right for you, you're not in a position to do it, don't worry. Our community is one. We will always look after everybody. You can always reach me, okay? It has been a pleasure to be here with you. I don't know if I've got any comments here that I need to reply to because it's a little bit difficult for me to manage 3 platforms, but I promise that I'll be back online again soon. I'll tune in as regularly as I can and help you, okay? Big love to everybody. Take care. Much love.